These are the 7 habits that I see constantly in people who are trying to lose weight and they can't. They've done every diet, tried everything, nothing works. These are the 7 reasons for that. What's up everyone, this is Coach Amir from 7 Figure Body, and in today's video we're going to talk about 7 most common habits that people trying to lose weight can't. They are unsuccessful in it, and it's basically keeping them overweight. So let's go straight into it. Habit number 1, you are not tracking how much food or how many calories you're eating. Tracking is absolutely king. Imagine if you had a business and you say, I don't know how many dollars are coming in, how many are going out, but it's just gonna be okay. Or imagine you have a job and you say, I don't really know what my salary is, I don't know how much I make, but somehow it's gonna be okay. That's ridiculous, right? And on the other hand, we do the exact same thing with weight loss. We have no idea how many calories we eat, yet calories are king. So start tracking, it's gonna change everything for you, guaranteed. Habit number 2 is weighing yourself every single day. This is a mistake because anybody who's ever weighed themselves knows that if you weigh yourself every day, especially if you weigh close to or over 200 pounds, your weight can fluctuate 5 to 7 pounds every single day. That means one day you're gonna be like, oh, this is amazing, I lost all the weight. You didn't, it's just water. The next day you can be all depressed and say, oh, this sucks, I gained all the weight. You didn't, it's just water. Most of this is just water fluctuation going up and down. You pee a little more, or you drank a little bit more water, or more often you had either a high carb meal the night before, which remember 1 gram of carbs times 4 grams of water. So higher carb meal means several pounds up next day. Or you just had a little, maybe you're stressed out, you didn't sleep well, that retains water again. So it's all water fluctuations. If the alternative is not weighing yourself at all, ever, I would still like you to weigh yourself every day, as bad as that is, because when you don't weigh yourself at all and have no idea, that's how you end up 50 pounds heavier, 2 years later, and wake up and say, oh my God, what happened? I have no idea, right? So it's better to have awareness, even if it's, every single day, than to not have it at all. Of course, the best way, the ideal alternative is weigh yourself maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, just to get a trend of where your weight is going, because that's what scales are only good for, the overall trend over several weeks and months. Instead of weighing yourself, measure body fat percentage. Use a simple $10 caliper, and it's going to give you over several weeks, again, the best predictor of what's actually going on with your weight, whether you're gaining or losing weight. Habit number 3 is you don't plan ahead for either food prep or what you're gonna eat. The worst possible scenario is you came from work or from, at the end of the day, you're hungry and exhausted and tired, and you open the fridge and there's nothing ready. You are absolutely guaranteed, at least 99% of the time, to make a bad choice. You're either gonna order pizza or, go to a restaurant and eat, 1,500 calorie meal. So the solution is plan ahead, and I would also say preparing or cooking food in bulk is the secret of this industry, and people who are, who lose weight and stay in great shape is plan ahead by making food in bulk, especially when it comes to protein. Twice a week, I would take, an hour while watching TV or listening to an audiobook or something like that, and I would prepare, let's say 4, 5, 6 pounds of chicken breast. I would either cook it, bake it, or clean it and then freeze it so that later I can easily make it. Just toss it in the oven for 40 minutes and it's ready. So focus on your protein, but generally plan ahead and prepare in bulk if at all possible. Habit number 4 is hopping from one fad diet to the next. It blows my mind after all these years, 25 years, since I was a fat kid, over 15 years in the industry as a professional coach. It blows my mind that people would spend decades, literally decades, hopping from one to the other fad diet, just gaining more weight every time, as everybody does, without wanting to say, I'm gonna take several weeks, maybe 2 to 3 months, let's say, and learn how many calories I need, number 1, and 2, what is the macronutrient composition, meaning how many grams of carbs and protein and fats I need within those calories. That's it. That's the only skill you'll ever need to learn, and it's a skill. It's certainly something we don't have just by, we're not born with it. We have to work for it, and just like any skill, 2 to 3 months in, you will absolutely be great at it, and you will lose weight because you will be able to control your calories, and you will never regain it again because you will be in full control of it. So instead of hopping from one fad diet to the next, track your calories for several weeks. It's it's gonna change everything for you. Habit number 5 is thinking that you are 3 weeks away from your ideal body. And of course, everybody deep down knows that this is not the case, yet they are usually, they fall for it because they see stupid shows like Biggest Loser, where they take morbidly obese, poor individuals, and then scream and yell at them for 8 hours of exercise while starving the hell out of them with 500 calories a day, okay? And then these people lose 10 pounds, 14 pounds, whatever per week, and the person says, I only have 30 pounds to lose, 10 a week, that's like 3 weeks, so that means that my ideal body is 3 weeks away. And of course, it's not. I've said this many times on the channel as well. 3 to 6 months is an average time for an average person out there to get into really, really great shape and probably have close to their ideal body. It's probably closer to 6 months. If somebody is very overweight, they have like 40, 50 or more pounds to lose, it's gonna be 6 to 12 months that is usually needed to get there. So please remember, nothing's gonna happen in several weeks, especially not 2 or 3 weeks. Your great body, an ideal body that you want, is several or more months away. Habit number 6, and I think most people do this subconsciously, they're not aware of it, is having too low protein. Please remember, protein is the most important macronutrient of them all, and there is also a concept called protein leverage theory, which simply means because the protein is the most important and so important, our brains are wired to keep you hungry and spike your appetite until you've had at least that minimum protein amount per meal. So let's say 20 to 30 grams minimum per meal. Most processed foods today, which a lot of people, most of their food is that, they're gonna eat hundreds and hundreds, a lot of times over 1,000 calories before they've had 20 grams of protein. And their brain's just gonna keep spiking that appetite. And now I've had 1,200 calories total in one meal in order to have 20 grams of protein. So the fix for this obviously is focus on protein first in every single meal you eat. That's number 1. And of course, leaner protein sources like chicken and turkey breast, egg whites, white fish are better when you're trying to lose weight compared to the fattier options of those same foods. So later on, when you lose weight and you need to just maintain, you can include a little bit more of these fattier foods like a little bit of red meat, salmon, full, eggs, whole eggs, maybe, instead of mostly having chicken and white fish, you can now have fattier versions of these meat. But remember, number 1, protein is the most important one. Start every single meal with that. And last but not least, the 7th habit that most people who are trying to lose weight and can't have is anything that is extreme. So please remember, any diet or regimen out there that's trying to have you cut completely your vegetables and fruit, like carnivore does, or cut complete food groups like animal products, like veganism does, starve yourself 16 hours a day, do 6 hours of exercise, any single thing that is extreme and unsustainable, please remember, this is not going to work, because of course we know if somebody said, hey, let's do 6 hours of exercise every day, we're gonna lose weight. Yeah, you probably will, but can you do 6 hours of exercise every day for the rest of your life? Probably not. So please remember, anything that is extreme, that is basically trying to have you suffer, you don't like it, you're not enjoying it, you're not going to be able to stick to that. So anything that makes you be like, oh my God, I got to put so much energy into it, I hate it, I'm suffering. So this is what, when you ask most of these people on fat diets, do you see yourself doing this for the next 20 years? The answer is hell no. If the answer is hell no, while you're doing it, how do you think you're gonna be able to keep that weight off 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 50 years from now? You won't. So please remember, anything that is extreme is never gonna work. So guys, these are the 7 habits that are keeping you overweight. So change them. Do the opposite of these, and I guarantee you, you're gonna lose weight easier than ever before. Also guys, if you've ever done any of these, please let me know in the comments and tell me what was your experience with those. And if there's any other habits that you see people around you trying to lose weight but can't, what are the habits that they have? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.